Hi, hey, how's it going? My name is Ken Dixon. I'm a certified law of attraction facilitator and life coach. And I'm here today because, well, I'm going to be broadcasting on a whole bunch of, hey, Joey Giggles, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm going to be broadcasting on a bunch of different streaming sites, similar messages, the Law of Symbolism. Good to see you. And I am going to be calling you regarding getting on your program. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, Universal Law of Symbolism. That is what I'm going to be talking about. Hey, NASCAR. I thought I saw you earlier. I think it was yesterday. Thanks for trying to join in on that other format. That was my first time on there. But today I'm going to be talking about another one of the cards that I have in my deck of cards. It's Universal Law cards of conscious creation, created by Lara Solara, Dana DePoint, and Marlene Chapman. I hope I got all those right, giving them props. So basically what it is, it's cards like this that look absolutely amazing, that are great for meditating to, whatever the case may be, but each one of them has a lesson on it about universal laws. So that's what I wanted to talk about here today is the universal law of symbolism. I deal a lot with the universal law of attraction, and most of the other laws have something to do with that, symbolism being one of them. So with the deck of cards comes a book. Hey, Andre, comes a book that kind of describes, gives you some information and background on the universal law and how to apply it to your life. So I'm going to go and just kind of do this, read this through this universal law of symbolism book, and hopefully we all learn something from it and go from there. As I said, today is a day where I'm going to be on as many different streaming sites as I can, hopefully recording and saving these and reaching a whole new audience for some of them. I just did Meerkat, but I think I might have deleted it. I might have to do it again. That was my first time over there. But let's get to this. Universal Law of Symbolism. The Law of Symbolism states that your external world is a reflection of your internal world and that all parts of this reflection have meaning. This is important, and I talk a lot about hyper-awareness. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we'll find out. We talk a lot about hyper-awareness because I believe myself to be kind of hyper-aware of everything that's happening in my world, and I have faith that the universe is conspiring to do me good. I call that an inverse paranoid. So anyway, so everything has meaning. There are no coincidences, and everything present in your environment is there for a reason. I totally believe this. Everything that happens to you for a reason. I believe there's a reason everything happens to you for a reason, and it's sort of bracketed by the reasons. And let me get into that a little bit later. Anyways, everything is meaningful. The universe is in constant communication with you through the objects, people, and circumstances that make up your environment and your day. So what that kind of says to me is that everything that happens to you is a communication from the universe to get you to whatever it is that you're thinking about. As we know through the universal law of attraction, you attract what you give attention, energy, and focus to and believe you can have. So when you put that out there, when you determine your desire, give it attention, energy, and focus, and believe you can have it, the universe starts working to get you whatever you want. And symbolism is part of it. So the universe is in constant communication with you through the objects, people, and circumstances that make up your environment. By learning to look more deeply into the symbolic meaning of your surroundings, you can participate in the communication, so you can actually get something from it and probably give something back. You're able to recognize through intuition, repetition, and synchronicity when the universe is using something in your environment as a sign or symbol to get you closer to where you need to be. I missed who that was that joined in, but thank you very much for joining in. And I hope you get something from this. Okay, something in your environment, sign or symbol. When your intuition senses that something in your environment is particularly relevant, trust that feeling and ask yourself what the sign might mean to you. So I talked about this on a hangout that I did with Penny Petty. It was on Hangouts. It's on my webpage, kendixon.com, or youmayhaveheardofme.com. It's under vlogs. You can check it out there. But I talk about something is what seems like less than ideal as far as you're driving down the road and you getting, somebody, it's a fender bender, somebody bumps your back bumper. For me, because I have faith that the universe is conspiring to do me good, for me, what that means is the universe has done whatever it can to make sure that I meet this person, because that person either has a lesson for me or me for him, or him or her, or will put me in touch with maybe my insurance agent that has a message for me. So there's always something going on in your world when things like that happen. There's always something going on that has a larger meaning, and we have to investigate those things because they're just the things that happen are symbols of things that we need to recognize. Okay, if something captures your attention again and again and again, start paying attention. By questioning the attributes of the sign or symbol, you will come to decipher the deeper meaning. To decode the sign, to decode what that symbol means to you, ask yourself the following question. What does this sign make me think of? So no matter what it is, it doesn't matter what comes into your world. Maybe it's an angry person in the lineup at the grocery store. Maybe it's somebody offering to buy you a coffee. I mean, you start asking yourself what the sign makes you think of. How do I feel when I see the sign? So it's a lot to do with feelings. How does it make you feel? And under what circumstances does the sign appear? Now, this is important too, because what we tend to forget is that we make requests subconsciously or consciously. We make requests of the universe. We say things that we want. We're desirous of these things. And as soon as we're desirous of something, it's a request. It's the energy is put out there for the universe to pick up on. Okay. So if your request is for a solution for something, okay, and that's sort of your dominant thoughts is you need an answer or a solution or a different way of doing things or whatever. If that's when that object, person, place, thing, whatever comes into your life is when you're thinking about you needing a solution, that's a circumstance. You got to think about when did that happen? When did I meet that person? What was I thinking about when I met that person? And then you will hopefully gain some insight into what the symbolism of meeting that person was. Secondly, what does this sign symbolize for you personally? If you've chosen the card, because basically the idea behind these cards is that you pick one a day and that's sort of your lesson and what you should be working on for the day, or just gives you insight into what's happening around you for the day. When you pick the card, it's telling you the universe is trying to get your attention and watch for the signs. Now, this book also talks about, hey, red, yellow, green, thanks for coming in. This card also talks about how to harmonize with the law. So practice perceiving a deeper meaning in material objects by imagining the universe is sending you a signal right now. So look around you. Here's a little exercise. You can do it now. You can do it later, sort of your homework. Look around you and pick out an object that seems to stand out. So as we go through life, and I talk about this in that Hangout with Penny Petty as well, you may be walking through, a convenience store, the grocery store, a bookstore, whatever, and a magazine or a book sort of lights up for you. Just, you don't know why. You've walked by it a dozen times and just something about it seems to light up for you. Look around and pick out an object like that. It could be happening to you right now. It could be later on today when you're at a store or coffee shop or whatever. And if something stands out, right, ask yourself at that point, if the universe was using that object, the magazine, the candle, I don't know what it is, to communicate with me, what would the message be? So when you're looking at that, let's say it is a magazine, because that seems, it's tangible and visual. If you're looking at a magazine, it just seems to pop out for some reason. You notice it for the first time, although it's been there for a week. There may be an article. Look on the cover. Examine. Go deeper. Right. Look on the cover and see if there's an article in there. Go through the table of contents. Right, and see if there's an article or an advertisement or something in there that you're drawn to. And if that's the case, then that's probably something you should investigate further. That's the universal law of symbolism. Everything is a symbol for something to get you to where you want to be. Whatever it is that you're putting out to the universe, symbols and things and events and circumstances, because there's no coincidence, all those things are starting to arrive at your door. So you have to pay attention to them, figure out their symbolism, and then move forward from there. So I want to thank you for tuning into this. And hopefully it'll be saved, and you can watch it again, because I know I will. Have the best day ever.